Welcome everybody to this video segment on the power and possibilities of multi-generational thinking. Organizations we're working with today, one of the key challenges that they're trying to address is how do we get our diverse multi-generational workforces to synergize? Now, this is a great aspiration, but what can be done at an individual level? What can each individual in the ecosystem or each leader in the ecosystem do to achieve this multi generational workforce synergy? Now, it comes from what we say as multi generational thinking. Leaders have to tackle complexities, and in order to tackle complexities, one of the key things that people must have realized is just not relying on business models or frameworks or spreadsheets. You'll have to tap into the power and possibilities of archetypes, personalities. What would this personality do to help solve this problem? And that personality shift also happens when you have a multi-generational thinking. Now, for example, you could be a leader at a certain point trying to address a complex business challenge, and in order to tackle the challenge, you may have to tap into an innocent personality, which means you'll have to become curious. You'll have to think how a child would think to solve this challenge. And that requires you, let's say if you're in a certain phase, let's say you're a mid-level professional, how do I become a young child? And that requires a generational thinking shift. Now, you may be a young leader and you may be asked to take the personality of a sage. You may have to lead as young leaders. You may have to have a CEO mindset to think, how do I move the needle forward at my level? And that requires you to shift as a sage. Now, these personalities can help you tackle the complexities, and that comes from how am I able to shift gears as multi-generational thinking embedded within me. And once when leaders start the power and possibilities of multi-generational thinking, can I become my child? Can I become, how did I tackle this if I was a young, passionate adolescent? How did I utilize my thinking and personality through that archetype that can enable me to address the complexities today. So multi-generational thinking is going to be a key contributor, and that comes when organizations empower and enable their leaders to reflect on their own biography. How did we evolve as people? What did we do that catalyzed change? What did we do that inhibited change? And therefore, having this reconciliation helps us to now tap into the power and possibilities of multi-generational thinking. Now, this acts as a fundamental or fulcrum for change while we're trying to bring multi-generations of workforce to synergize. It's something for you to reflect, and that is what this video segment is all about. How do we enable our leaders and individual in our system to think multi-generational? And that comes through the power and possibilities of archetypes. Love to speak to you more on that. Let's connect.